Welcome to the Forest Lake Area High School's 113th annual commencement ceremony. At this time, I would invite you to please stand, remove your hats for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the national anthem sung this evening by the Forest Lake Area High School Choir under the direction of Mr. John Guidry. Thank you. You may be seated. Thanks. Dr. Massey, members of the school board, honored guests, friends, family, and most importantly, the class of 2024. It is my distinct and sincere honor to welcome you to the 113th annual Forest Lake Area High School's commencement ceremony. I am Jim Caldwell, principal of the Forest Lake Area High School. Today marks a significant milestone in your lives. As you sit before me, adorned in your caps and gowns, you radiate with anticipation of what lies beyond Ranger territory. But before we embark on that journey, let us take a moment to reflect. Class of 2024, you are a remarkable group of individuals. Over the course of this last year, you have earned $2,334,835 in scholarships and grants. You have completed 7,959 hours of confirmed volunteer service. You have 4 conference titles, 4 team titles, section titles, 8 team state appearances, 58 individual state tournament appearances, and 2 state champions. These accomplishments are a testament to each of you, as you each possess a unique set of talents, passions, and dreams. As you step into the world beyond high school, I urge you to embrace all of those things that make you who you are. Embrace your quirks, your strengths, your weaknesses. For some of you, your ability to toss toilet paper, and everything in between. For it is embracing the full spectrum of your being that you will truly be a fulfillment and purpose. Class of 2024, you have only just begun. As you stand on the threshold of graduation, the possibilities are endless. But with great opportunity comes great responsibility. Do not forget the values that have guided you thus far. The importance of integrity, empathy, and kindness. Carry these virtues with you as you navigate the complexities of the world. And remember, success is not measured solely by personal achievements, but by the impact we have on others. So do not forget to pay it forward. Be the light in someone else's darkness, the voice for those who cannot speak, and the catalyst for positive change in your communities and beyond. As you embark on this new chapter of your lives, know that the journey ahead will not always be easy. There will be challenges to overcome, obstacles to navigate, and moments of doubt. But in those moments, remember the strength and resilience that lie in each of you. You are capable of greatness beyond measure, and I have no doubt that you will rise to the occasion time and time again. Class of 2024, as you prepare to take your final steps across this stage and into the world beyond, know that you carry with you the hopes and the dreams of all who have supported you on your journey. Go forth with courage, with passion, and with purpose. And may your future be filled with boundless opportunities, profound experiences, and endless joys. Congratulations, class of 2024. The world awaits, and I have no doubt that you will leave an indelible mark upon it. At this time, I would like to invite our student speakers to the stage. Lou Linder, Liv Fearing, Wes Morris, and Jonathan Rink. They will be sharing their thoughts and reflections of the class of 2024. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Wes Morris, who will be going into commercial roofing and joining the Roofers Local number 96. Wes.
Ooh. As Flake would say, this is packed barn tonight. First off, I would like to give all glory and thanks to God. Without him, I would not be in the position I am in now. I would also like to say good job to my fellow speakers, Jonathan, Lou, and Olivia. It's not easy getting up here. Lastly, thank you, Dr. Massey, Mr. Caldwell, and the Forest Lake School Board members for all that you do for our community. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Wesley Morris, class of 2024. Go Rangers! As we graduate today, I want to take the chance to talk to all of you about some lessons we've learned in the last 4 years as the student body. We've learned to adjust, be grateful, and work with what we were given. These are all important lessons that will help us in our lives going forward. The first lesson we learned is how to adjust. I don't know how many of you know this about me, but I came to Forest Lake High School to play football from Lilo. I had a few friends, but didn't really know too many people. That would have been a normal adjustment for most people, but we were still dealing with the COVID pandemic. All of us had to adjust to a very strange way of going to school. We went from hybrid learning to distance learning to normal school. Every time we got used to it, we had to adjust to something new. Some of us had to adjust to taking classes online while in Florida in a hot tub, on the chairlift in the mountains, or even while taking a shower. Once we were officially back in school, we continued new normals like how to get to school and find our way around while all keeping 6 feet apart. On top of being freshmen and learning what it meant to be in high school. Another high school adjustment was successfully making it through difficult classes. We had to let our minds take in a lot of really unfamiliar information. For me, that was Earth and Space, or space science. This class of 24 stuck together, stayed positive, and became mindful Rangers. The second lesson we learned is how to evolve and try new things. When we started as freshmen, we were new and inexperienced and didn't have many opportunities to get out and try new things. Once we were back in school, we took advantage of the tons of opportunities available. I've met all kinds of kids from Forest Lake, but also from other countries. This year, I was lucky to meet Anna, Marin, Liam, and Alice, as it was cool to hear about how different their schools are from ours. We have had the chance to try new things, sports, arts, activities, as well as ways to hang out and support each other. Aside from traditional school sports, I was able to get involved in other ways. I spent 2 years playing with the Palm Trees Elite in both AAU basketball and in trying to win the title of the boys volleyball champs, which we did not, twice. We see you, Ghost Gang. This year, I rode on the Spirit Bus. It was a great time to spend with my classmates on homecoming week, while showing younger Rangers how to have fun. Another way we kept the spirit alive this year was by bringing back the Winter Pep Fest, where I was given the honor of leading the year cheer with great success. 24, 23, 24. It's all the same, right? During my time here, I've tried things I never would have. Last year, I joined a new sport, wrestling, and with the help of my team and coaches, I was able to become both stronger mentally and physically. Lastly, the most important thing we learned is how to appreciate the people around us. I'm thankful for my family. Without my parents and my grandmother, I wouldn't be the man I am today. My friends and classmates mean more than I can say. Many of us were lucky to find the people of Forest Lake, the ones who build us up and have our backs. These are the people that'll make it worth it. Searings, Petersons, Spicers, Braden and his family, thank you for being those people. We appreciate our administration for keeping our school safe and organized. I can't say how much I appreciate the help I've gotten from my teachers. Shout out Ms. Balzar and Mr. Newcomb. As mentioned earlier, I came to Forest Lake to play football. I'm extremely appreciative for all my coaches and that I was able to be here to watch Forest Lake football become what it is meant to be. I thank you, Coach Beaskow, for bringing us the culture change that we needed. My last 2 years as a member of our team were the most memorable because you could feel the energy of Ranger spirit everywhere you went. During the football season, the whole school came together to support, and winning was obviously great too. Thank you for making our time here enjoyable. As we leave Forest Lake and go forward with our lives, we need to use what we have learned. We will need to adjust to new lives whether we go to school, work, join the military, or take a gap year. Every one of us will continue to evolve by meeting new people, dealing with new schedules, and taking on new responsibilities. Most importantly, we need to hang on to being appreciative. Don't forget to thank the people around you, and more importantly, become someone others will be proud of. As final send-off, I screwed this up back in, January? Let's try this thing again. Repeat after me. 24, 24, 20, 20, 24. Thank you for an unforgettable 4 years, Forest Lake.
Thank you, Wes. Please welcome to the podium Mr. Jonathan Rink. Jonathan will be attending the University of Notre Dame, where he will be attending the Holy Cross Seminary program and studying biochemistry and philosophy.
You know, before this evening, I never really took the time to think that me standing up here in front of all of my classmates and all their parents would make me a little bit nervous. Wow, 427 graduates. Class of 2024, we did it. My name is Jonathan Rink, and I would like to extend a huge thank you to all of those involved in getting us here. To Dr. Massey, Principal Caldwell, members of the school board, and to our amazing teachers. Thank you all so much. But most especially, thank you to our parents and guardians who have raised us as children and brought us to this point in our academic lives. Mom, Dad, I love you guys. I don't know if you guys learned anything in high school, but I got really good at making graphs and writing equations. But besides that, I learned two things. One, I learned that I do not have time to be somebody else. And two, I learned that life is precious. As a 7th and 8th grader, I went to St. Peter's, and I'll come to Flams in the morning for band. All those years ago, I can still remember little me in my sweatshirt and khakis, just wanting to fit in. I would walk down the halls acting as though I had somewhere to be or had someone to talk to. I started trying to act differently, talk differently, tell the right jokes, and find new, cool friends. Well, none of that really worked. It just left me more anxious and more lonely than before. It was only until 10th grade that I realized that I did not need to change myself to be accepted by other people. By taking challenging classes in school where I learned to write all those equations, I found groups of people who I could grow and have fun with. Through church events, music, and sports like Nordic skiing, I found groups of people who understood and accepted me for who I was, not for who I was trying to or should be. So as we head off this evening, whether it's to work, to college, to serve in the armed forces, or to take a gap year, don't try to be just somebody else. The world does not need another Jeff Bezos or Oprah Winfrey. It needs you. Be yourself because there's no one else like you. No one else can think like you. No one else can talk like you. No one else can crack a joke like you. As we embark into this next part of our lives, let's realize that by being ourselves, we make the world so much better. Besides learning that I don't have time to be another person, I've also learned that life is precious. Throughout my high school life, I've witnessed countless amazing people and their encounters with loss. Last year, our amazing math teacher, Mrs. Marshall, lost her son Dylan to leukemia. Also last year, Mr. Bruce Leventhal, a much-loved biology teacher, lost his wife Tammy after having countless adventures with her. And last year, my grandma passed away after having a stroke. My one regret was not getting to spend enough time with her. Spend time with your friends and family and cherish every moment you have because we don't have forever. As my friend and former chemistry teacher who is still battling colon cancer, Mrs. Penn, said to me, "I don't know how long I have, but I've learned that taking time, even off work, is worth it if you can have more conversations and experiences with loved ones. These conversations and these experiences are the happy times I look back on in my short 18 years of living and smile at. Things like going on tour to Texas with our band, or taking the gold last year in the AP Olympics with AP Bio, or going to prom, having a night full of dancing, and then at the end of the night, in the pouring rain, almost getting lost in our parking garage. These are memories I'll never forget. Mrs. Penn, Mrs. Marshall, Mr. Leventhal, my grandma, and everyone who has ever been involved in my life, thank you all so much for teaching me this lesson. I hope these stories resonate with you, my classmates. Let us realize that the time we have with our friends and family is limited, but the memories we make along the way last forever. When we're all back here for our 30th high school reunion, I'd be willing to bet none of us are going to remember who had the highest GPA, or who is the best athlete, or my amazing graduation speech. We're going to remember the memories we made along the way with the people we were around. Dear beloved class of 2024, as we go out into the world, into this great new adventure, hold on. Hold on to what is most important to you. Know that you can impact the world around you just by being you. Don't be afraid of making new relationships, of having more conversations, and of making new experiences. Because just maybe, these things will be the start of something beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. At this time, I would like to invite our student speakers to the stage. Let's get to the right one. Our final speakers for this evening are Miss Lou Linder and Miss Liv Fearing, who will both be attending North Dakota State University. Lou will be majoring in elementary education, and her future college roommate, Liv, will be majoring in nursing.
Hey Rangers, I'm Lou Linder.
And I'm Liv Fearing.
And we're not here with your afternoon announcements. We're here with your graduation announcements. First off, we have our end of the year Ranger Respect Golden Ticket Drawing.
The first winner we have is Mr. Caldwell, given by the class of 2024 for his constant and continued support to our class.
Next, we have Superintendent Massey, given by Liv and myself for making sure we had at least one snow day this year.
Lastly, we have the members of the school board, given by all Forest Lake Rangers for being responsible, respectful, and engaged.
Will you be at the senior all-night party tonight? All night, Split Rocks will be hosting you and all of your fellow seniors to make even more memories. Be ready to win some fun prizes and bring your energy.
It's been a journey, Rangers. Today is the day we've all been waiting for, where all of our hard work has paid off. As we continue moving forward, we reflect on all of our memories made through Forest Lake High School and dream for all that is yet to come. We are so excited for what everyone's futures hold for them.
When Liv and I give daily announcements, it's a reminder of the activities for that day and for upcoming days. As we move forward and plan our futures, we have to remember to focus on one day at a time. It can be very overwhelming to think about all the opportunities and possibilities ahead of us, but to not overlook what is right in front of us.
For all of us, our freshman year was different from others, more or less. We experienced freshman year through a pandemic that for some of us was lonely or depressing, but for others, it taught us how to persevere when we were faced with tough situations. In the end, our student body became closer because we learned to appreciate what we didn't have for a while, which was each other's company, and to not take time spent together for granted.
Senior skip days were a hit or a miss this year, but I'd say mostly a miss. In the past, on senior skip days, everyone hangs out, but our class would just decide if they felt like going to school or not that day. The 1 per quarter rule did not apply to our class. Out of many attempted skip days, 1 was successful, but that one day made it all worth it in the end.
Our class has had an ongoing group meet for a couple of years now to discuss plans and activities. Some people used it for its intended purpose, while others just made it pure chaos and confusion. From the voting polls and planning, there hasn't been one successful conversation. This is a clean version of how a typical group meet conversation went.
First official skip day on Friday when we win the Section 7 4A championship tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm down.
We literally haven't had a single legit one, and it's almost fourth quarter.
Let's go, guys.
Skip day is happening.
This is like skip day number 17 by now.
I think we should do one later because we just got back from spring break. We don't need a 3-day week.
It's not about skipping. Like, how is it that hard to comprehend?
Like, are people afraid of fun?
I am.
Once again, it's not about missing school. Another conflict in the senior group meet was the Nerf War. If you're unfamiliar with the annual Nerf War, it is not a school-sponsored activity. The juniors and seniors basically have an ongoing Nerf War the whole spring, and every year something goes wrong involving the school or the police and it has to get ended early. Despite all the incidents, we've all had a blast, and it's moments like these that are not taken for granted, that we can look back and laugh at.
We would like to congratulate our fellow speakers, Wes and Jonathan, athletes, theaters, clubs, band, and orchestra, for all of their hard work and dedication throughout our high school years. It's truly amazing to see our class succeed at something that they have put so much time and effort into.
From the administration's office, Rangers, we have a closed campus. This means that even though Starbucks is buy one, get one free, you may not leave. Although Liv and I have fallen into the trap of Starbucks deals a few times. Sorry, Mr. Caldwell, but we don't regret it.
Even though the last few months have made it very hard to be at school, and we've all found every excuse not to be in class, we have learned this last week to not take things for granted, because now it is our last day all together.
Remember, seniors, to cherish every moment given and to hold no grudges towards others, because you never know when it could be your last. Make smart decisions that benefit your future and don't lose focus of your end goal.
This senior class has created so many lifelong friendships that have brought us all together. From homecoming and prom to student sections and senior trips, we will forever be thankful from everything we've gained from our high school years. Moving forward, we now know what it's like to have a family-like support system.
Graduates, if you haven't already, please make sure to thank your parents and teachers that have made your high school experience something you'll always remember. We would like to thank our parents for always supporting us, and all of our teachers for their guidance, as well as sharing this ride with our senior class. Their dedication has inspired us to keep growing and doing the things we enjoy.
As we continue our lives outside of high school, we live each day to its fullest.
As Macklemore and Kesha have sang in their song, Good Old Days, you don't know what you've got till it goes, till it's gone. I wish somebody would have told me that someday these will be the good old days.
What's cooking in the kitchen? Not school food. It's grad party season.
And with that, Rangers, we leave you with our final announcement.
Take nothing for granted.
Congratulations, class of 2024.
Please welcome back to the stage the Forest Lake Area High School Choir under the direction of Mr. John Guidry, singing Go the Distance. Thank you, Mr. Guidry and the Forest Lake Area High School Choir. This year, we are honored to have Officer Megan Olsted as our commencement speaker. As a 1991 graduate of Forest Lake Area High School with 17 years of dedicated service through the Forest Lake Area Police Department, Officer Olsted is a familiar face to our community. Alongside her husband, Detective Nathan Olsted, she navigates the challenges of law enforcement while raising 3 children, Olivia, Taylor, and Kennedy. For the past 8 years, Officer Olsted has been an integral part of the school district as one of 3 appointed school resource officers. She has served at Southwest and Century Junior High Schools each for a year, and for the past 6 years, she has been a cornerstone of safety here at the high school. Officer Olsted's commitment extends beyond our school walls. She is actively engaged in the Minnesota Juvenile Officers Association, where she currently serves as their vice president. Her dedication has earned her recognition as the 2022 Law Enforcement Officer of the Year by the American Legion Post of Minnesota. She has also shared her expertise on school safety at numerous events and conferences across the state of Minnesota. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Officer Megan Olsted as she shares her insights with us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It is both an honor and a privilege to address you tonight. This momentous occasion as we gather and celebrate your achievements and reflect on all of our shared experiences. Let's take a moment to acknowledge the hard work, the dedication, and the resilience that brought you here. Graduation refers to the receiving of an academic diploma, and commencement refers to the start of something. As you close this chapter and you look at what awaits, I would like you all to take a moment to think about where you came from and where you're going. It is in all of these moments and all of these experiences that lead us on the journey that we embark. As I reflect on the past 8 years serving Forest Lake area schools as your school resource officer, I'm filled with gratitude. During this time, I have learned invaluable lessons, and I've made meaningful friendships. Most importantly, I have learned that children possess incredible resilience. Each one is a unique individual, and they have the power to define their own success. Most of all, I have learned that our paths in life are to be determined. They are filled with endless possibilities and opportunities of growth. In my time before I wore this uniform, I was just a local kid. I graduated from Forest Lake High School in 2001. I played sports, I volunteered, and I cherished my time with my friends. Academics were not my strong suit. I didn't earn any scholarships, and like many teenagers, I made mistakes. I even had a couple run-ins with Forest Lake Police Department. After high school graduation, I faced some internal conflict. I didn't know if I should attend cosmetology school at the Aveda Institute, or if I should study law enforcement at a local community college. Growing up here, I was very fortunate to have many people who believed in me and supported me. With their encouragement of the people in my corner and my parents, I decided to give college a try. 3 years later, I graduated with an associate's degree in law enforcement. I passed my post-board test, and I became eligible to be a licensed police officer. Until I reflected back on my journey, I did not realize the impact that others had on my life. It was their support, it was their belief, and their belief in me that helped me become who I am today. The support is what gave me the strength to try college. I looked really far back into my memories, and I find those who helped me. I recall the educators who impacted my life here in Forest Lake, like Mrs. Larson from Forest Lake Elementary, who guided me through some silly friend problems. And back in junior high, the teachers who connected with me and taught some of the best classes, like Miss Hesse in history and Mr. Fox in geography and English with Mrs. Bettner. My favorites from high school were agriculture classes with Mr. Martoff and ceramics with Mrs. Peckman. Other people that played a significant role in shaping me are the advisors of Forest Lake Police Department Police Explorer Post. With their guidance, support, and belief in my abilities, I might not be standing before you today. What we learn in school and adolescence goes far beyond academics. It's a journey. It shapes us into well-rounded individuals, equipping us with essential life skills that textbooks can't provide. Our interactions with teachers and peers foster empathy and understanding and respect for diverse perspectives. Through extracurricular activities such as sports, arts, and clubs, we discover our passions, we develop leadership skills, and we learn the value of teamwork. In essence, the lessons learned in school extend far beyond the classroom. They are the building blocks of personal and professional growth, guiding us not just into our careers, but becoming responsible, compassionate, and capable members of our society. Some of the most invaluable individuals in our journey to graduation are our parents and families. I'm blessed with the best. I owe everything to them. I wouldn't be who I am or where I am today without them. So to all the parents out there, thank you for your tireless efforts. For the countless hours you've invested and for your unconditional love and support for these children. I've shared my journey with you because it's the very foundation upon I stand today. It's a testament to where I've come from and the incredible individuals who have supported me along the way. I didn't forge this path alone, and I humbly acknowledge that I cannot claim sole credit for my achievements. I am sincerely grateful for the encouragement, the guidance, and the assistance I've received along the way. With what has been given to me, I hope I can pass along to others. That is the very reason why, the past 17 years, it has been an honor and a privilege to serve the community that built me. As you gaze towards the path ahead, I hope you discover your true self. I hope you find resilience to navigate any storms you may encounter and measure your success by your own definition. Remember, true fulfillment comes within. And by embracing these principles, you'll find the key to a life of contentment and happiness. As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. I have to say congratulations, graduates. May you carry this belief with you as you embark on this journey. Before we go, don't forget where you come from. Have faith in where you're going, and let your values guide you as you navigate the roads ahead. Graduates in class of 2024, you are officially in the driver's seat. Buckle up, drive safe. Your journey is to be determined. Congratulations.
Thank you, Officer Olsted. Dr. Massey, Board President Raphael, and the rest of the Forest Lake Area School Board, At this time, together with Kelly Lafine, principal of the Forest Lake Area Community School, it is our honor and privilege to present to you the class of 2024, having met all of the graduation requirements set forth by the Forest Lake School Board and the State Board and the Board of Education of the state of Minnesota. Please prepare the stage for the awarding of diplomas.
Boston, Wayne Bergerson.
Stella Lucille Mainkey.
Sophia Joan Abbott.
Madison Lynn Keller.
Alexandra Lee Adamek.
Nicholas Gage Weber.
Rio Ashlyn Bolio.
Alex James Wood.
Sophia Marie Berg.
Zach Ryan Woodala.
Caitlin Claire Bouch.
Jacob Robert Williams.
Caden Michael Bashinsky.
Dawson William Zanto.
Abigail Cherry Augst.
Taylor Jean Woods.
Madison Leslie Barbeau.
Lance Lloyd Wagner.
Braden Cole Anderson.
Anna Faith Hitzeman.
Alexis Marie Belland.
Kai Ying Zhang.
Anna Grace Barr.
Natalie Gao Nu Zhang.
Jace Scott Anderson.
Eliana Helen Wolf.
Anna Lynn Benken.
Edom May Wierke.
Madeline Joyce Blum.
Anthony Yi Lang Yang.
Araya Anderson.
Shilong Zhang.
Alex James Berg.
Michael Wuchterl.
Mason David Barchinger.
Kylie Lavera West.
So, Adonasius Awasam.
Adela Tomai Wellander.
Awa Cyril Awasam.
Lauren Elizabeth Youngquist.
Hannah Mohammed Abdullahi.
Allison Lynn Wirt.
Najla Bashir Abdi.
Lauren Elizabeth Udd.
Goom Fru Awasan.
Aaron David Udd.
Aspen Johanna Blasco.
Kobe Lee Vang.
Maddie Elizabeth Berry.
Yupeng Kenneth Vang.
Tyler James Berry.
Tyler Yushia Vang.
Mason James Bremert.
Nathan Vang.
Mia Joy Aragoni.
Yinghua Justin Vu.
Bo James Brady.
Joseph Patrick Ventimiglia.
Nathaniel Fan Green.
Owen Daniel Valentine Waldock.
Justin Javier Bo.
Tyler John Walters.
Keenan David Bjork.
Braden David Turk.
Noah Joseph Blank.
Abigail May Tuma.
Ryan Connor Blanchard.
Aubrey Nevea Vogel.
Brennan Robert Bronson.
Spencer James Van Vliet.
Raymond James Bjork.
Reese Daniel Van Vliet.
Taylor Renee Bowman.
Zachary Tyler Vanderslice.
Amelia Joellen Bennett.
Lydia Helen Voxland.
Kylie Catherine Bloomstrub.
Emma Marie Varhala.
Katie Ann Brandel.
Darla May Walsh.
Summer Annabelle Biernat.
Ava Lee Marie Watson.
Keegan Ava Betts.
Taylor Jean Vosding.
Robert James Bohr.
Ava McKenna Wade.
Hayden Arlen Beckman.
Benjamin Allen Vetch.
Gunnar Michael Bright.
William David Voss.
Jackson Robert Christensen.
Anakin Jimua Vang.
Ethan Todd Carter.
Key Vang.
Anthony Peter Capoletti.
Mason Ronald Stebleton.
Colby Kenneth Christensen.
Clayton James Searing.
Travis Daniel Brown.
Lauren Irene Searing.
Noah Daniel Buff.
Briella Grace Steele.
Jacob Kevin Bile.
Noah James Stokes.
Zoe A. Beering.
Andrew Levi Thel.
Rhett A. Cameron.
Caitlin Jean Storbakken.
Grace Ella Sarah Chatwin.
Elizabeth Elena Stenberg.
April Christine Cassidy.
Shelby Dawn Churchma.
Brianna Nicole Cassidy.
Angelica Tao.
Sadie Ann Karen.
Ian Tao.
Elizabeth Rosie Clark.
Alexander James Stone Perry.
Hannah Joe McNamara.
Liam Stem.
Kyle Richard Chiden.
Gavin Michael Trailer.
Juan Diego Carrillo.
Mitchell Lewis Stender.
Weldon Lee Kerrigan.
Nathan Joseph Titchner.
Samuel Michael Cordy.
Autumn Rose Wiggin.
Talia Yvonne Cordy.
Ella Rose Tryon.
Kylie Ann Corey.
Ella Marie Swanson.
Lillian Grace DeRocher.
Kyler Dale Smith.
Matthew Russell Conzemius.
Tyler Isaac Schnabel.
Matthew Colburn.
Tucker Joseph Sibbald.
Deegan Daniel Coates.
Jack Mark Spicer.
Mason James DeMars.
Caden James Spidell.
Jack Deckart.
Ryan Lewis Stoltzman.
Derek Allen Danekey.
Kate Abigail Spicer.
Michaela Lene Deverant.
Brett Van Semple.
Nora Catherine Decker.
James Corday Schwan Van Wert.
Amanda Marie Deggerstraub.
Hayden Stallo.
Bella Coviello.
Alexander Ryan Schminke.
Haley Ewald Horsch.
Mark Andrew Sieben.
Evelyn May Eichinger.
Grace Marie Seng.
Samantha Rose Ernst.
Evelyn Marie Sodrin.
Savannah Scott Dobozinski.
Isabella Sorum.
Brooke Ryan Dubuque.
Nicholas Luke Schumacher.
Chloe Ann Erickson.
Jared Matthew Schlapkol.
Olivia Marie Fearing.
Gabriel Vincent Schneider.
Amelia Peyton Espeline.
Raven Savannah Spratt.
Nolan Robert DeMonso.
Brianne Cora Sherb.
Noah Alexander Dunlap.
Seth Jameson Riggs.
Lauren Mary Ekval.
Duncan Albert Zane Roth.
Violet Cynthia Dosette.
Mark Rendell.
Gracie Kathleen Ewalt.
Andrew James Sachs.
Salvadora Lilia Duran.
Brennan David Savageau.
Long Doe.
Sophia Rebecca Sanchez.
Ava Elizabeth Farinella.
Neely Teresa Rabine.
Kaylee Joy Engstrom.
Elsa Kareen Rick.
Braden Michael Felt.
Alejandro Rocha Navarrete.
Timothy Christopher Ferrier.
Fatima Saldivar Balbuena.
Cole Leighton Gerald.
Jonathan Paul Rink.
Gracie Louise Fish.
Ismael Rodriguez de Oña.
Atiana Amor Garcia.
Paige Rose Ronayne.
Cecilia Marie Fries.
Jenna Rose Rohr.
Jaden Eve Fiedler.
Gavin Thorif Rude.
Samuel Terrence Gaskill.
Kyle Daniel Ryman.
Gabe Michael Fessler.
Joshua John Renstrom.
Jackson Jacob Fetch.
Talon Nicholas Reynolds.
Tanner Vincent Fromm.
Cale David Rome.
Liam Georges.
Caleb Carlos Saldivar.
Simon Seamus Goolsby.
Victor Rojas.
Sam Derek Green.
Alexis May Reddy.
Ava Elaine Gentz.
Emmy Catherine Tachek.
Kaylee Forga.
Caitlin Ann Proger.
Tessa Joy Goen.
Avery Otto John Ratio.
Elizabeth Valentine Albrecht Grahams.
William Edward Prisbilla.
Kylie Ann Giuliani.
Cassidy Catherine Pitzel.
Braden Andrew Good.
Hannah Angeline Peterson.
Gavin Michael Gaynor.
Anna Grace Phillipson.
Lee Lauren Ganji.
Lincoln Edward Pickett.
Peyton Jeffrey Grokowski.
Bennett James Pothen.
Joel Michael Pedersen.
Connor Lee Pink.
Nicholas Dean Hazel.
Tyler James Rasmussen.
Ethan Thomas Heimerl.
Andrew Gerald Radke.
Hunter Matthew Gruba.
Hunter Nicholas Sebastian Rebeline.
Drew Mitchell Hafner.
William David Punt.
Hunter Thomas Harms.
Robert Joseph Punt.
Logan Bradley Hayes.
Jacob Michael Poferl.
Heaton Kraszewski Haynes.
Samantha Grace Poole.
Chance Christian Halverson.
Madeline Ray Austrake.
Emmeline Rose Gunderson.
Cassandra Shea Perrin.
Riley Nicole Halber.
Briar Tavy Olson.
Aaliyah Mae Griffin.
Mara Marie Ruth Osey.
Madison Delphine Hansen.
Carson Joseph Olson.
Alexandra Day Hansen.
Caitlin Marie O'Brien.
Haley Marie Hansen.
Erica Lene O'Brien.
Cordelia Rose Hauk.
Savannah Beth Olson.
Drew David Harshman.
Maya Ray O'Connor.
Jack Ryan Heasley.
Aragsan Sharif Noor.
Joseph Emmett McBride Harris, Jr.
Zachary Michael Orthaus.
Angel Giovanni Guerrero.
Reed John Olson.
Genevieve Remy Haugley.
Leighton Curtis Patzer.
Abigail Louise Hendrickson.
Devin Anthony Ojeda.
Connor James Hitt.
Ryan Nordstrom.
Riken John Adam Hoekstra.
Evan Michael Peterson.
Jackson Reed Hepner.
Sasha Ann Niederkorn.
Wyatt Frederick Herr.
Hayden Charles Nielsen.
Kaylin Marie Herrick.
Nicholas Lawrence Olson.
Ariel Herr.
Tyler Joshua Owens.
Jalea Herr.
Madeline Marie Miller. Thank you.
Jackson Kenneth Holtgreave.
Madeline Claire Muehlner.
Olivia Rain Hopkins.
Elia Rose Mueller.
Alexandra Shea Holmberg Wenner.
Alice Anna Linnea Netzler.
Fong Her.
Pauline Mueller.
Sa Hei Blue Tu.
Michaela Marie Miles.
Maya Blue Hensland.
Courtney Susan Miles.
Madison May Hudella.
Emily Marie New.
Allison Lucille Hubbard.
Kelly Marie Malotsky.
Madeline Diane Jurdy.
Rebecca Marie Newcomb.
Madeline Danae Johnson.
Landon Daniel Milbrat.
Ella Brinley Johnson.
Eli Robert Minch.
Emily Lynn Johnson.
Brandon Leaf Model.
Anna Kovach.
Maximus Cheng Kang Mua.
Ava Hummel.
Cooper Brandon Milbrat.
Emmeline Marie Steele.
Should I say Luke just for fun? Michael Allen Nellis.
Brayson Andrew Johnson.
Wesley Isaiah Morris.
Gunnar Ladd Johnson.
Nicholas Gerald Navarra.
Matthew James Jakes.
Isaac Thomas Nelson.
Alexia Rihanna Johnson.
Logan Charles Minder.
Hannah Marie Johnson.
Riley Russell Middendorf.
Bethany Viola Johansson.
Grant Douglas Newer.
Allison Grace Jensen.
Cameron Colin Mata.
Evan James Ingersoll.
Miles Scott Messenbring.
Aaliyah Michelle Irish.
Aiden Philip Mears.
Jersey Keely Irish.
Brendan James Marsh.
Samantha Huerta.
Malia Kirsten Meyer.
Lindsay Rose Johnson.
Max David Meyer.
Alex Christine Kruger.
Wyatt Matthew Matei.
Marin Madsen Koss.
Jackson Marr.
Kylie Cramber.
Logan Nathaniel McGeary.
Frank Allen Kirko.
Landon David Messicomer.
Jacob Michael Kenzie.
Evan Robert Messicomer.
Carl Jacob Landhair.
Charles Pascal McCarty V.
Cassandra Caroline Kirkady.
Jenna Rose Malik.
Ariana Riley Klarkowski.
Gayleen Lemnui Mba.
Annabelle Larson.
Olivia Clara McGuigan.
Maya Peyton Knutson.
Hunter Thomas Massacott.
Kiera Lynn Kohotek.
Justin Scott McCullough.
Catherine Rose Kurtz.
Riley Blue Mann.
Anthony Thomas Krinke.
Nicholas Allen Meyer.
Maxwell James Kane.
Alexis Grace Westland. Kind of.
Caden Michael Node.
Brayson Matthew Vetch.
Ryan Michael Leatherman.
Michaela Ann Foss.
Tori Grace Lucas.
Isabel Ann Schumacher.
Joanna Faye Lund.
Reese Lynn Cito.
Donald James Lutz.
Hannah Catherine Tom.
Parker Daniel Lyden.
Ellie Marie Rearman.
Mitchell Robert Long.
Delaney Irene Nichols.
Noah Michael Lucasen.
Bella Estefany Pope.
Louisa Ann Linder.
Emily Jalissa Felton.
Lindsay Renee Longmire.
Isabella Rose Davis.
Brooke Kaylin Ann Lee.
Levi Major Gents.
Mackenzie Marie Lintz.
Harshal Pandaya.
Kaylee Lynn Lenthy.
Crystal Jinasa Uwazie.
Changsing C. Lee.
Evan James Lafayette.
Iris Gao Sheng Lee.
Alex Joseph Broadway.
Andrew Neil Lofgren.
Reese William Hovey.
Ezra Noe Lucas.
Cole Michael Boston.
Landon Arn Lerfald.
Matthew Allen Nauman.
Braden Patrick Lenahan.
Alyssa K. Lee. Thomas Lee. Ivan Sawa Zong Yang.
Graduates, we should play Simon Says one more time. It is with great pleasure that I present to you the class of 2024 who has officially graduated. You may throw your caps. Families, you may come down and celebrate with your graduates.